All right. Kahalayim La Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai by Sherwa Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. I was a high spirit way in Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp. All right. And today I want to go into a lesson entitled, No Drama, No Mercy. I was actually talking to the head brother in Birmingham, Alabama. All right. And we was just talking about mercy. And he said something through the spirit. He was like, when there's no drama, there's no mercy. And that's the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Hawashai, because he's action packed. At the peak of a movie scene, man. You got the guy at the edge of the cliff, and you're not sure if he's gonna fall off or not. But at the very end, he gets saved, man. But that's the spirit and nature of Yahweh B'Shem Hawashai, because he shows his power through that, and he tests your faith through that, and that's what he shows mercy. Also, you can't have a miracle performed if you were never in a dangerous situation. If you were never in a dangerous or a straight situation, you would never have a need for a miracle. If you were never at a lower state, or you never made a mistake as a man, or fell short of the laws or perfection as a man, there would be no need for mercy. There would be no room for mercy, man. So hence the title, where there's no drama, there's no mercy, man. So this is Genesis 22:1. And it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him therefore a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell thee of. So the Most High straight up told Abraham, look, sacrifice your son unto me. All right, can you brothers, they have offspring? Can you see yourself doing that for the Most High? This is, back in the ancient world, but still, that was a big thing. We sacrifice animals to the Most High, not offspring. Okay. Verse 3. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass, and took two of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place which the Most High had told him. Then on the third day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son, and took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where's the lamb for a burnt offering? And this is the spiritual part. It says, And Abraham said, My son, the Most High will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together, because Isaac spiritually represented Yahushua, man, which we all know, Yahushua was the Isaac in the reincarnation. Okay. Verse 9. And they came to the place which the Most High had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. Hey, the last minute, man. Isaac was like this with that knife. Abraham was like this with that knife, man. The last minute, I'm going to read that again. Verse 10. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of Yahweh called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked. Oh, that's another thing. A lot of brothers, they scared to consistently do the work or come out to the highways and the byways because your woman doesn't approve of it, man. Here it is. This man was finna basically sacrifice his only begotten son, his son Isaac, man. He was about to sacrifice his son Isaac, man. Just like literally kill his son Isaac. And here it is. You can't even put your foot down for a woman, man, or your family. Verse 13. And Isaac lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, him, behold, behind him, I read that again. Isaac and Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Yahweh Yireh, or I read it verbatim, Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of Yahweh it shall be seen. All right, but hey, the point was, man, right at the last minute where Abraham was about to obey the Most High, or the angel of the Most High, right at the last minute, the angel called him back down and said, "Hey, stop, Abraham!" Abraham, he called him, man, and it said his name twice, like with as though it was an exclamation point, man. All right, with enthusiasm, man. He had to stop, man. That's a faithful servant, man. You know, that's a faithful servant. But hey, Isaac was basically shown mercy from his perspective, all right, at the last minute, man. Because what does it say about us, man? That the righteous, well, I will let the scripture speak. You know, 1 Peter 4:18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right. What does it mean when it says the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man? All right, we're going to catch hell before we get to the kingdom, man. All right, right? It's right when the missiles are coming, the chariots are going to deliver the elect. And Abba willing is us. Okay? Right when the missiles are coming, we're going to scarcely be saved, man. All right? It says also in Isaiah, I can get it right quick. Isaiah, it's that 59, 19. This is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. All right. Once again, when the enemy comes in like a flood, man. Speaking of flood, when we were when Israel was leaving Egypt, man. All right. All right. The Egyptians in the Egyptian army was right behind Israel, man. Before the Lord closed up the sea on them, man. But we were always in straits to where Yahweh Hashem Habashai delivered us at the last minute, man. All right, because that's part of the drama or the spirit of the Most High has to make things interesting, man. Okay, so I read that again, Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. So during the hour of martial law, hey, brothers gonna be saved at the last minute, man. Some brothers gonna be saved right under the guillotine, man. Some brothers gonna be saved as soon as the people come at their doors, the stormtroopers come at their doors, man. But even when you feel like you're surviving, or you're missing death by a string of hair, that's the Most High creating that tensity, man. Okay. And I'm going to get Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It says, Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right, hey, that's part of that drama and that mercy, man. We must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Excuse me. All right, because where there's no drama, there's no mercy. Hey, where there's no danger, there's no miracles. Where there's no sickness, there's no healing, man. So we have to go through these things, man. All right. We have to go through the straits to get to the kingdom, and in order for the Most High to show His power in everyday circumstances, we have to be brought in stressful situations, so the Most High can see it through those stressful situations. And you're gonna find out that you're in this truth by a thread of mercy. So the Most High have to show you that it's not you that's really keeping you in this truth. It's the Most High keeping you in the truth, because Lord willing, you're the elect, man. All right. But like I said, the Most High is showing you that it's not you that's keeping you in this truth, and the righteous are going to scarcely be saved, man. All right. But hey, well, there's no mercy, Where there's no drama, there's no mercy. And I hope you brothers are edified. To the next lesson, Shalom.